So this is a recording of the readings. The first one is, do you have too much IT? This one basically talks about and takes the example of Zara fashion IT case and talks about the fact that there are many businesses across the globe which do not have a lot of IT infrastructure. That does not mean that you should not have an IT infrastructure. That basically means that having far too much IT infrastructure only overcomplicates things. In other words, or in simpler words, you need to have exactly enough IT as is necessary to do what you need to do. So this particular reading takes the example of Zara, which is an extremely famous Spanish apparel company, and talks about how they were not using more IT than what was absolutely necessary to do their stuff. For instance, there's an example of a CRM system here, which is with relation to Zara, that they weren't actually using a CRM system. In most cases, CRM systems are designed to actually collect information about consumers' buying behavior, and that information is then used to predict or forecast sales and then make orders according to that. However, Zara was using none of that. They were using people that were in every store, known as commercials, who would collect that data and then actually pass it along to their headquarters, which would then build stuff. So there's this quotation within this document which says Zara's business model does not work despite of Inditex's minimalistic approach to IT, but to a large extent because of it. What that means is it doesn't work because they have very little IT. It works precisely so well because they have such little IT. So they keep precisely the amount that is necessary. So the first half of this document discusses this entire case. The next one talks about the principles of IT management. Again, they take the example of Zara to explain these principles. So let me go through each one of them. The first principle says IT is an aid to judgment, not a substitute for it. Always remember, an IT platform will give you or will provide you the necessary information. It will take the data, make it into a format that is information. It will give you that information that you could use to make your business decision, referred to as business intelligence. But making the right judgment call or deciding on how to use that available information is at the end the job of the individual. It's the job of the person. No matter how much information you have available, you may even be overburdened or be overloaded with information. What you have available is going to be up to you to decide based on that information. So that's exactly what Zara was doing. They had information about what customers were buying. They had information coming in from commercials instead of using various fancy software. But the decision that was being made by the managers on what stock to keep and what not to was at the end theirs. So that's the first principle. The second principle says computerization is standardized and targeted, which basically refers to the fact, and this is an ongoing theme throughout all the other cases in the course as well. Whenever you're moving towards computerization, whenever you are deciding on how much IT infrastructure or computers or devices or hardware and software you need to do, you need to follow a simple method that is referred to as the Occam's law of IT. Occam's law basically means that the simplest solution is the best one. It's also called the Occam's razor, and another name for it is the law of parsimony, which means that when you have several solutions available, the one that is the simplest is the right one. When you have several explanations available for a certain situation, the simplest one is the right one. So the Occam's law of IT, as per the author Andrew McPhee, is as many as you must and as few as you may. That basically means get as much IT as you need, but only as much as you need. So never more, never too less. So what this says is, in the case of Zara, they had systems that were connected with the point of sale terminals, but those point of sale terminals were not interconnected amongst all the branches. And they used to have a normal regular system where they would have floppy disks upon which they would put in the data for that day's sales, and then one of the systems which was connected to the internet would then have that floppy disk inserted into it, and that system would then be sending the data to their headquarters. So they kept it very simple. The advantage of this was that all the branches had computers that were easy to maintain. All the branches of all the apparel stores of Zara across the globe were exactly the same. So standardization of computer equipment allowed them to do that. Then there's principle number 3, which is technology initiatives begin from within. That basically means that whenever you're deciding on what technology to get, look at your business objectives. Never decide on what technologies to get based on just for the fact of getting that technology or just for the heck of getting that technology. Every single time the decision must be based on the business goals. What is it that you're trying to achieve? Do you want more integration with your customers' orders, Then if you want a CRM, you can think about it. Do you want to predict sales more appropriately? Maybe then the CRM should help you. You don't just get a CRM because, well, everybody has it, because that's a terrible way of going about it, because that would result in you getting technologies that will make no sense, or which will become a liability because you will not be able to leverage them for what you're trying to achieve. So that's another one of the principles. Then the principle number 4 is the process is the focus, which means that if you are developing your system, the business processes that you develop should be the core thing that you should focus on. Correct and efficient and effective business processes leads to actual successes in businesses. If you're going to create a business process based around technology, if you create it around not adding value, say for instance, if you look at Zara's methodology of how they were changing products every month, they were doing it because this was aligned with their business plan, which was that they wanted customers to keep on showing up on their stores. They wanted to make sure that customers get the sense of urgency when they're buying a product. This is exactly how they created their business process. They would not tell you whether a certain shirt or a certain color was available in another branch. Why? Because they wanted to create the sense of urgency in the customer that they would actually go to that other store and then look for it. Or they would buy the shirt or cloth or whatever it is right away and not wait for it another week hoping that it will still be available. And that is exactly, that became part of the business process. So they would never actually tell you that on purpose, because that's how the system was. So focus on the process. Principle number 5, alignment is pervasive. Another thing that you need to do and understand is that whenever we're talking about any business, especially in this day and era, even true earlier, the IT people and the business people must not be talking in two different languages. When I say two different languages, I mean the IT technologists, the technophiles must understand that your technology is an important integral tool for the business plan and for the business process and for the business vision to be achieved or attempted to be achieved. While the business individual must understand that vice versa is equally true, that their business objectives have to be achieved using these technologies. So these two people must not be seeing different sides of the same thing. They must be seeing eye to eye. They must be working in the same way. So their ideas, whatever the business plan is, must be aligned. All of their vision must be aligned. They must all be focused on the same business objective, on the same technology objective. They must not be talking in different terms. And that alone, and that is the only way that you can have a long-term success for a business. They wrap up this entire document with a discussion about the performance connection, where they actually evaluate how exploiting IT in the sensible manner and how keeping it aligned with your business processes can lead to a greater success. So that's the first reading from the first case bundle.